What is up, YouTube? Leviathan Kraken here, and today we're just going to have a short video. I'm talking about my 5 favorite shaders. Now, these aren't, I'm not saying that they're officially the 5 best, but these are just my own personal 5 favorite shaders that I like to go to. And you can get these with Reshade. You can download this onto your game, because I get people messaging me every now and then, and they say, yo, how does your game look so good? Like, I don't get it. Like, what are you doing? And it's because of shaders. They definitely can drastically change the way that your game looks. So this one is, what you're seeing right now is called Hello Shaders. Now, this has always been my go-to. It's a very well-balanced, medium-grade shader. The colors are more intense, and it's a little bit sharper, I would imagine, than the vanilla gameplay. And it definitely is always been the one that I use for a lot of my content creation. But I have found a few other shaders that I think are a little bit better, and I'm going to explain why. Some of these shaders can kind of darken the sky a little bit, but this one seems to look normal. But yes, this one, I highly recommend it. For any of you that don't want any too overly intense colors, you just want something that looks a little bit better than the vanilla gameplay, I highly recommend Hello Shaders. This one is called Warming Waters. This will make you feel like you are in a tropical paradise. The reds, the oranges, I mean, pretty much all the colors, they pop out so much more. This looks like red coralline algae. I mean, look at that. It looks amazing. And the water itself, it gives this more turquoise look to it. And you can see the colors of the sun kind of more reflecting off the water surfaces. So yeah, look at how intense the red is, even on the life pod. So yeah, if you want something that, you know, I would probably recommend playing this like in the summertime. You want something to give a more of a tropical vibe. This is definitely a more color intensive, tropical themed shader, but it is absolutely beautiful. I love this one. If you're wanting something more color intensive, this is one of my absolute favorites. And I actually plan to use this from now on with my content creation, and I'll show you why. This one's called the Movie Shader, and it, for a reason, it has a border that you can add to it. And so, I mean, if you are a content creator and you're looking for a more professional look for your videos, I highly recommend this one. And if you like the intense colorization and the more intense color of the water, then if you're wanting to use this for a playthrough, I would recommend just doing it movie shader with no border. But yeah, this one is definitely a more color intensive shader. I like this one. It's probably my second favorite. I'm gonna say this was my second favorite one, because just for the sole reason that I can use this for my videos and they're gonna look amazing from now on. I'm so glad I found the shader. So let me move on to the next one. This one, wow, this one's called Sniffledorf's shader, not to be confused with Dumbledore. For some reason I'm thinking Harry Potter, but this adds a more intensive, like a more sharper image. Look at this. I think personally, I think that this is probably the most realistic looking shader. I mean, it really does make the game look more high definition than vanilla gameplay. But my only gripe with this one is, I don't know if you can see it on your screen, but it looks like it kind of adds like these little black lines, like a mesh. I don't know if you can see that, but I can kind of notice it. It's not, if you're playing the game and you're moving around really fast, you're not going to see anything, but it definitely adds more details. Just look at that. Like, I'll show you an example. Let's move on to this shader, and then let's move on to that shader. Look at how much more blurry the image has become. Now, if you go back, this one's called Subnautica shader. I think I pronounced that right. And then we go back down to this. Look at that. The God rays are so much more intense. The textures on the surface, you can make out more detail. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say that even while I'm going to point out a few glitches that this shader has, it is my favorite one from now on. I think if I do a playthrough of 2.0, I'm definitely going to be using this one. I like the sharper image. The only problem with this shader that I noticed is, look at this. For some reason, it's mirroring the image of the menu screen. I don't know why. And then it can kind of add a little bit too much bloom to some items in the menu screen. Like, see that right there? I can't see the word graphics. So it's not that big of a deal. I haven't noticed it really ruin any other aspect of the game other than just the intro title and the menu screen. If you see any other glitches on this, let me know. But as far as gameplay itself goes, I think that this is my favorite shader. Now I'm going to be moving on to the next one, and this one is called the shadow shaders. Now this is very similar to the movie shaders, but it is a lot more sharper. Wow, this is a really picturesque, beautiful scene. This is definitely up there in one of the best shaders out of all of them. The colors are so intense. It is still a very sharp image, not as much as the Sniffledorfs, but it is still a very sharp. Oh man, it kind of, I kind of got creeped out because, I mean, it adds a lot of shadowing to the sides, which is very realistic. You just can't deny this is an absolutely beautiful shader. It looks amazing. It's a perfect balance. The sharp image, I would say that this is probably the second best shader, in my opinion. The only gripe I have with this particular shader is it kind of adds a little, look at the blue haze. Now, when you get out of the water, you're still seeing that shadow effect. You're not seeing any rays at all, hardly, from the sun. It just looks a little too dark. So if I were walking around on the island, I would probably switch over to the shader, to a different shader that has a little bit brighter of an image if I'm specifically out of the water for a longer period of time. But hey, this is Subnautica. We're not going to spend a lot of time out of the water, so it's not that big of a deal. But wow, this is definitely an amazing, amazing image here. I almost can't believe I'm still playing Subnautica. These shaders make such a huge difference. So those are my 5 favorite shaders. Sniffledorf's is officially my favorite shader, but I still love the coloring of this one right here. It is amazing. And there are a lot of other shaders that completely can change your gameplay. They can add some really amazing effects, completely change the color of the landscape. And if you'd like me to cover more shaders, there's tons of them. If you'd like me to cover more in another video, let me know. And also let me know, what are your favorite shaders? What are your go-to shaders for your playthroughs? Let me know which one, your favorite ones, in the comment. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. If you like this video, you want to see more, hit the bell icon for notifications. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.